first open semi-final between Hybrid and Burjuman. This is going to be a very exciting game with a lot of star players on both of these rosters. Burjuman yesterday taking down VIF, some of the local Swedish heroes in the quarters, leaving Örebro as the sole Swedish team now in the semis. Let's see if Burjuman can go all the way, beating out this very star-studded Hybrid roster for a space in the finals.
Yes.
This game is going to be very, very exciting either way.
Oh yeah, we have high expectations on both of these teams.
Absolutely.
These teams are consisting of having Hybrid of players from prestigious teams.
And Hybrid with the first pull, a beautiful, very long hanging pull in the air there, going all the way down into the end zone. But Burjuman easily getting out of that box and having a nice flowy game so far. Very steady with the disc. Both of these teams are going to be. Break chances should be far and few between in this game. So let's see how this goes. And we've now gotten in the team list as well for these teams. Yep. Which means we are able to give you them. And a very close contested catch there between Jacob Tam and number 15 from Burjuman, which should be Mehdi Bolonare. Although I will say Hybrid has been switching up the shirts, so if we say some names wrong, this is the team list we were given, but it's hard to say. Burjuman should be right. Burjuman getting the disc back. Reminder that if there is two people getting the disc at the same time, then the offense wins that tie. And Burjuman sending a very nice hammer down there to the end zone, just getting the first opening goal. That was number 15, Bolonare, just catching that.
Great first point. Great first point to see. Like,
and we see there an attempted switch happening there by Hybrid, which is what they were trying to do, but number 3 unable to follow up with that switch. We're not entirely sure who number 3 is because, as we said, they are using a bit of a random number system. Okay, so now Burjuman had the opening hold. Very nice. They weren't contested too much. Tam almost getting the D, but otherwise a nice efficient point. Let's see if Hybrid can do the same. Clean offense is going to be very important for both of these teams.
Of course, we're expecting to have very few turns like in this game.
Yeah.
It will be absolutely crucial to be able to win the game, obviously.
So now 5 CJ on Hybrid with the disc, looking to reset it back to 18, which is Svaka. Over to number 12, which is again a new number from Hybrid. The Sixers player, we're gonna say. And back to Tam. Tam, of course, being like one of the best players in Europe right now, especially indoors, as we saw a few weeks ago only at the European Indoor Championships. CJ wanting the scuba but holstering it for, even with Tam as a receiver, it's smart to not take options that aren't absolutely 100%. Tam really just forcing his way into the open side, but number 12 not liking the look of that shot. And here we see they do send a scuba to Tam. Of course, a receiver you can rely on, but you cannot do these contested throws in a game like this. Burjuman is going to be so happy. They know they are good, they know they are talented, and they will lay out and get these Ds. Burjuman with a very early break chance, and they are going to be super happy about that. And we see the disc go up very deep for number 15 again. The first break of the game goes to Burjuman. Number 15, Bolonare, for the reception. He has now scored both goals for them.
What a start from Burjuman. It's coming out firing here.
And a very, very nice throw. Just high enough that Tam did not have the option to make a play on it.
Yeah, he's punishing Hybrid right away.
Yeah.
This is a textbook start from them.
Hybrid is going to have to clean this up. They're going to have to put all of these offensive points in. They cannot give up another break. That would be disaster. Almost at any point of the game.
Yeah, you can see how Burjuman is really playing a lot together, and how they have a textbook defense for all kinds of situations.
Yeah, and I believe it looks like Burjuman is one of the few teams at this tournament who has a dedicated coach with them as well. We see Sverker receiving, sending it to number 3. Not liking the option is given, but they are taking the under. Bit of a poach off there from Burjuman.
Oh, another.
And a foul called on the throw there. Looks to be a contested discussion, but good spirit. They're talking calmly together. Foul accepted. Burjuman, this goes back. Hybrid still retaining possession. They're going to be very happy about that. Going down another break so quickly would be disastrous.
Yes, especially as these games are so short, only 25 minutes. If you go down from an early standpoint, it will be a very difficult feat coming back from it.
Yeah, number 31 there, not really being given any options for the reset. Unfortunately, just having to go for a throw into space, which was easily blocked down there by Burjuman. And now Burjuman is going to have the chance to go up one more break. And you know they want to use that. And if they do, then this is a disaster start from Hybrid. Obviously, they always have the chance to come back in. Still, Hybrid putting a lot of pressure there. But again, another goal from number 15, Bolognare on Burjuman. And Hybrid is frankly looking a bit frustrated. They're wondering what's going on, what's happening. Whereas Burjuman obviously is very happy that they have gotten a start like this. We see just a scuba over the defender there. Just very nicely put into the arms of number 15.
Well, this certainly wasn't the turn that we were thinking about before the game started.
However, I think what we are seeing is a bit like what we saw earlier on with taking down Hybrid, I believe, where Hybrid is a bit lacking against these teams that are just very strong in team cohesion and very safe with the disc. But now Hybrid looks fired up and really gets a lot of options going there. Burjuman putting pressure on, but this time Hybrid seems to have resolved it and gets their first score of the game, getting on board with Jacob Tam scoring the goal. And Hybrid obviously happy with this point, not going to be happy with their position in the game, but if they are frustrated, if they are getting fired up, they're going to want to come back and they're going to play hard for that. Yeah, and we see there a very beautiful score. Very nice on that side. Just nice, easy throw, easy catch.
Now let's see if they can come back and getting another break.
Absolutely. The question here is, how clean is Burjuman going to stay now with their offense?
Yes, it's only their second O point of this game.
Yeah.
Well, they're clean as ever on the first one. Let's see if they can be as clean in the second one.
And they have a deep option, however, they're not taking it. Taking the easy under, coming back down. And this is something that Burjuman is really doing well, is they are utilizing all of the space they have available. And a very nice, just upline pass, jump in. Burjuman looks to have a good hold on this game. That being number 111, which is Robin Guergo. And I must say, Hannes, 4-1, this is not what I was expecting of this game going into it.
No, certainly me neither. Expecting like a much closer game, but it seems like Burjuman's defense are on point, and he's turned down this Hybrid team. I mean, it also goes to show that chemistry and cohesion is something that you need like on this level, especially in a open bracket semi-final.
Yeah. I mean, Hybrid obviously playing super well to come this far, but Burjuman so far seeming to be just a step above. Let's see if this goes, if Burjuman can go back to breaking, or if Hybrid can get themselves on the board again. Disc to Tam, over to number 12. But he's a bit pressed for options because of very tight match coverage. They are finally getting his reset. Now they're swinging the disc. Keeping the disc mobile is going to be a very, very big thing for Hybrid here. They are going to want to keep swinging, keep using their options, not letting Burjuman just set up defense because we see how tight Burjuman is, and if the offense stagnates, then Burjuman is going to be all over their cutters. But now Hybrid is in a very nice flow, sending up number 12, Tam making the upline cut but not getting the disc. Now 12 lacking in options, but sending it out into space, and a very nice save by Sverke, who throws it down but calls a foul on the throw.
I was going to say that typical example of a conservation of greatness, huh?
Yeah, I was thinking it as well, but it was a very accepted foul, and that would explain it. I would not expect any of these players to turf it with no wind. And immediately a trust pass to Jacob Tam, and this one works out with no D from number 15.
That's much more like it.
Absolutely, Hybrid are going to be very happy that it came down like this.
Well, no Hybrid are on the board for a second time. Let's see if they can get a break again.
Yeah.
Certainly need to come back, and they need answers.
Yeah, we want an exciting semis here. But as of now, 2-4 to Burjuman. Burjuman up 2 breaks in a very, very nice position in this game.
Yes. And it does seem as of so far that they haven't actually been having to work so much on their offense. Last point was only about 1 minute long. And you'd like to, they have been discussing this on the sideline now, Hybrid players.
Yeah, and the big question is, how are they going to stop this very nice flowy looking offense from Burjuman? And they're going to need to come up with an answer to that, and an answer quickly. And so far they have not. I think Burjuman's both holds have been clean so far. And Burjuman, of course, several players of these are players from Isno, one of the top French teams, as we see on some of their jerseys. So Burjuman obviously a very, very talented team, and probably several people who are more used to playing with each other as well than Hybrid, as I'm not sure if any 2 Hybrid players play for the same club team at home. I might be wrong on that, but certainly they are a very varied mix from all over.
I think you're certainly right. I believe that they're from like 7 or 8 like different European countries, in fact.
And the one American, there, CJ, coming in with the defense. A bit of an uncharacteristic mistake there from Burjuman. A bit too high and a bit too long of a throw allowed CJ to just come in and swoop up that D on the poach space. A nice try from the Burjuman player 52 there to still reel it in. That's Manuel de San Mateo. But then Hybrid sends it right the other way. CJ with the immediate bookends. A 1 throw break there. And Hybrid is going to be happy. This is Hybrid back in the game. And a very nice sky there over Robin Guerga by CJ. Yeah, just beautiful.
Yeah, 1 down and 1 to go.
Yeah, to get us back on serve. And they do want to get us back on serve as soon as possible. Half is within Burjuman's reach now. Scoring this would give them half. They do not have the luxury of coming out on offense again after half. That it will be Hybrid, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. And so at least Hybrid does not have that going for them, the free break. But let's see how they can put pressure now on this last one. And we see number 15, who scored so many of their goals, just take off deep, completely eject. But Tam staying with him.
Had one player going down there for a second, just not looking off.
Tam just staying with them in the deep end. And we see beautiful cutting from number 15 getting open, defended by Tam. And a very high throw. But again, a mistake from Burjuman, which is easily reeled in there by the Hybrid player. They're going to be very happy about this. Centering it back to Tam.
It almost seemed like
and sending it deep immediately again. And everyone tripping on the line. What was that?
Never seen that happen before.
That was 3 people tripping it up on the line. We see this.
Every single one of these 3 is tripping up.
Yeah. Very unfortunate there from Hybrid, who really, really wanted that break chance. People are looking very confused, but there seems to be an injury call with substitutions. And we see that the hybrid player is having some sort of discussion. And of course, these lines not being painted on, these lines are physical, but it's called a turn, yeah. And I think that's the fair call. The lines are the lines. They've been here all weekend. It's very unfortunate to trip up on one of those on the semis-final.
So unlucky. If it...
Yeah. Oh, and a correction. It seems the score is 3-4, not 5 to Burjuman, as we stated earlier, which does mean that this is not for half yet. But still, Hybrid are going to be annoyed they could not pick up their big chance. Stopping the hammer, very, very good defense here now. Hybrid are fired up and tight, and all bid on the mark, really trying to get that block. Right back out there. Very, very enthusiastic marking there from their 31. And a foul called from Hybrid. And we see there just like a straight bump by the Burjuman player.
Doesn't quite seem like it affected the play though, and I think the disc stays with the...
The disc stays, but it's the accepted foul.
Yes.
Yeah. And this game being very physical, which is what we would expect from both these teams. Number 2 streaking it down the line. We can see both these teams just really trying to get what they want here. But finally Burjuman gets the nice clean upline streak and gets the score there to number 45, Antoine Liron. And now we are at half point. Hybrid is going to want to hold this, and they're gonna want to put another break on the board, bringing them back on serve before half. That would be the ideal position. Let's see if they can manage that, Hannes.
Let's see if they do that indeed.
So
last one was a dirty hold, and now they're going to go for half, going for the throat.
And another thing to keep in mind is the fact that with these games being short time, 25 minutes, there's only 8 minutes left until soft cap. We'll see how that comes into play, but one thing is for certain, neither of these teams are going to reach 11 points before the end of this game.
No, I think we actually, in fact, have seen like very few games that have been going to 11 points like on this level.
Ah, absolutely.
They've been like very even, which is great to see like from an audience standpoint.
And we see number 12 on Burjuman Pielemal with a very nice pull. And they send it right deep for CJ, who easily reels that in. Hybrid is going to be happy about that. Just conserving the energy and getting that nice put on. And we see that beautiful just throw and catch there.
Yeah, we've seen this number 3 player that holds in like that throw over the entire weekend, being effective as ever.
Absolutely.
And going for his favorite targets, number 5.
These hybrid players can throw, they can run, they can do everything, but can they come back into this game? That is the question we're now wondering about.
That's the big one, yes, absolutely. Well, they're certainly behind, but they have been doing better as of late.
Yep.
Forcing some turns.
So that's a 5-4 situation. Burjuman up 1 break still, and the time situation taking down. Very nice pull there. That just unfortunately hits one of the lamp fixtures in the roof. Very close to perfect, but it's being called a brick. Yeah. So Burjuman coming in with the disc as a brick. Hybrid is not going to be happy about that, as it gives a very nice field position. Disc in the middle to Burjuman. Burjuman sends it under to number 15, Bologna, as they've been doing so much. Gets a nice reset off to number 45. And there was some pick call downfield.
Yeah, it doesn't affect the play though, really.
Yeah,
stays with
CJ with
hander.
a very nice mark. Just using his long hands to take away as much throwing options as he can. But Burjuman still finding options, still managing to move the field and move the disc wherever they really want, it seems. Hybrid needs to put more pressure on. They are doing really well on defense, but Burjuman is still finding all of these holes. But a very deep shot, challenging
Oh,
Tam.
what a grab.
Beautiful grab by number 55, Lore Sabri. Sending Burjuman to half 6-4.
Yeah, despite
5 minutes remaining. Let's see how long of a halftime they take now.
Despite the defending pressure of Jakob Tam, they're so close to getting it, but just cutting short.
Absolutely, and a beautiful put there. Again, well read by the receiver and a nice throw. It's hard to know what you're gonna do as the defensive team there when these throws are so on point and the catchers are this good.
Yeah, couldn't have been any closer. Couldn't have been any closer. Now Hybrid. Do you think they are going to come back?
Well, they have a long road to go. They're starting on offense out of half, and they're gonna be happy about that. And then let's see. I believe they can certainly keep holding for most of the game. The big question is, can they break twice in 4 minutes, which is what they need? Because remember, breaking only once would just put them back on serve. They do need to break twice in order to win this game.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that is a very tough task to ask of them. But let's see if they are up for it.
Yeah, let's see what they do.
I'm fairly certain they are still feeling confident.
I mean, of course, last 2 points they had one turn. It's certainly difficult to force turns out of them, but certainly possible.
Yeah, frankly, when you're this good of a player, I understand why you're confident, and confidence in that situation is a good thing. So let's see, Burjuman coming with the pull again from Pierre Lemaitre. This time not hitting in one of the lamps, but going straight into the end zone. Hybrid having time to get a centering pass. A nice over-the-top high backhand. Just getting the swings. And a beautiful try there by Lemaitre. Just not enough. Hybrid a bit stagnating there. They're gonna need to keep the flow, get the flow back. But they're now using these up-high releases to actually really break open the field, swing the disc, and that's really good. And now we see a nice open person there. They are really just moving the disc. Nice upline cuts, upline streak, a poach there. And a great, easy put. Very nice goal, good offense by Hybrid. Now let's see them bring the fire on the D. As you can hear in the background, there's a lot of actions going on in this hall, with some teams very happy about what's going on. And I think if we look onto the next field, we can see that the other semis, DTS Örebro, is currently 6-6. Not sure which team is up, but that too, a very close game. The final and the bronze final, both of which will be streamed live, are going to bring some absolutely spectacular fireworks of play later on today.
Yeah, can't wait to see those games, certainly. That's the tough games.
Yeah.
We've been all waiting for all weekend.
Absolutely, a hybrid with a beautiful pull, giving them a very nice field position, coming down on defense. We can hear them cheering for the defense on the sideline. Oh, and Burjuman losing out there, but they finally get a reset. We can see that the pressure from Hybrid really has increased now. Going for some switches, playing really great match defense here. Burjuman is forced to send it all the way back to their end zone line, but this time they're shooting it, but Tam is ready for that.
Oh,
and Burjuman player number 2, Rena Morier. Beautiful layout, but just cannot reel it in. Slightly too far and too fast.
Once
and we
again,
see the defensive pressure from Tam just really making that such a hard grab to make.
Yeah, just being there, in his presence, it makes it so much more difficult to actually get a hold of that disc.
And Hybrid with the break opportunity now. They're going to be happy about that. And we see Tam just sending it deep, but the disc not coming. Hybrid is going to need to get more movement in. Tam coming back down for an under. CJ going deep, and Tam just puts it up. And that's CJ's all the way. And we're back on serve, ladies and gentlemen. 30 seconds left of the game. In the background, we also see some layouts from Örebro there.
Yes, and this will most certainly be a game to 8 people. as the score cap is soon out in 15 seconds.
Game to 8. Let's see now. 2 points remaining. Can Hybrid, or 3 points remaining maximum. Can Hybrid break again and come back into this game? Hybrid certainly is having the momentum right now. Burjuman had those 2 breaks on the first 3 points of the game, going up 3-0. And since then, Hybrid's been fighting tooth and nail to claw their way back into this game, and they finally have. Now let's see if they can push past as well. Another beautiful pull going up, and a Hybrid coming down really quickly. Let's see if we see another deep shot. Tam has been reading those deep shots from Burjuman really well, but this time they seem to be going for the much more stable under game. Still so much defensive pressure, and Burjuman, they are getting a bit desperate, but then finally getting the reset.
Oh, almost a D there on the reset there. So close.
Oh, and Hybrid is really going for it now. Burjuman is fighting off so much more pressure than they were early in the game. Finding the space upline, finding the unders, getting the swings. Now we can see that they actually have gotten more movement into their game again. Stagnating a bit. And now taking it very, very calm as they're approaching the end zone. This red zone defense, and just...
Finally catching it in the end zone.
But it seems like...
Is there a call on the field?
It seems like some of the Hybrid players might be calling it out. Let's see on the replay here.
Difficult to see, but it looks like he has one hand under the disc. The score. I think they're calling it in.
I'm not sure if they're calling... Yeah, they're calling it in and they're asking for a new disc.
Understandable.
Yeah. So now we'll see Hybrid looking to hold and bring this to the universe point. And what a universe point that will be if we get there. Now let's see what Burjuman can do. Burjuman obviously wanting to just bring this game home now, being the only team to stay at match point. Let's see if they can manage to do that. Hybrid has cleaned up their offense and not really given up many break chances since those first few points. Burjuman getting ready to pull here. Number 8 with the disc, Pierre-Louis Combré. Sending a forehand pull for once. A very nice position pull, but a much quicker throw, allowing Hybrid the time to center it. And Hybrid just launches it to CJ once more. And CJ is calling the strip on that. Let's see what the replay shows. Yeah, that's certainly looks like he had his hands around it. The question is, did CJ have control of it? CJ is clearly arguing he had control, and it is understandable. You could see his fingers closing around the disc as Bologna was coming onto it. In the end, it's contested, and the disc goes back. No video check from the teams. I'm not sure they are allowed to do video checks at this tournament. But yeah, we see the replay again. It very much looks like a strip. I at least understand completely why CJ is calling it as such. But this goes back, a fair resolution to a contested strip call. Hybrid still retains possession. Let's see if they are gonna shoot it again. Nope, CJ comes under this time. They get the disc moving nicely, back to CJ. Hybrid is getting this flowing offense they want. Up to Svake, the Danish player. And a beautiful streak up line from number 12, but a lot of contact.
But we're going to
contact. The Burjuman players still on the ground, they're getting back up.
We're going to universe, people. Last point of the game.
Yeah.
This is all we ever wanted.
A streak, but still a lot of contact on that. And on the replay, that might not even have been in. It's hard to tell. It's going to be certainly interesting for the people rewatching all of the moments in this game in slow motion to see what happened, but the players are doing their best and agreeing to the calls out on the field, and that's what Spirit is all about. So now we see Hybrid bringing out as stacked a line as they can. We have Svake, we have CJ, we have Tam, we have number 31, who is Michael Rudi, and we have 7, yeah, Jacob Tam. And we have, yeah, 50, which is Dean McCreary. Just a random player. Let's see how this goes. This is going to sideline for Burjuman. Let's see if they can find the reset. They're needing it. They find it very well. Burjuman not stressing too much with the disc. Just using these reset options. This now with Renaud Monnier, number 2. Oh, and very good match defense there. Oh, and a beautiful bid by McCreary. It's ruled a turnover, called clean. CJ quickly with the disc, sending it. Hybrid is going to be so excited, but you see Tam there just calling for them to relax. And CJ taking down universe break for Hybrid. They are going to the finals. They are so happy.
And at the same we can see that Örebro are taking the final spots.
Yeah, so that's going to be one hell of a matchup coming down the line later. Örebro versus Hybrid. Hybrid, of course, beating them in pool play. Örebro beating everyone else. Let's see if Örebro can get the revenge they really want. This has been it for us. Thank you for watching what has been one of the most exciting games of this tournament so far, I would say. And we can only wait for the bronze final and final. Burjuman is going to want to get home at least some medal. So you can bet your ass they're going to be fighting hard next game as well. This has been Christian Säter and Hannes. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you a lot.